See, we live in okay, so okay, so we live in we live in Babylon, all right? And and Babylon means to murmur, okay? And Babylon also, coincides with like a state of confusion. You know, you have to consider the cognitive dissonance, uh, the resource outlets in which you get your news and media, and your independent choices of what you choose to view, which is different than your neighbors, which you love because Christ said, no, love your neighbor. You understand what I'm saying? And you kind of need all of these things in order to be intelligent. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're going to have to read environments very quickly to be able to understand, um, you know, an individual's character. You know what I'm saying? So, to a certain degree, certain stereotypes pertaining to general populations of individuals, usually that pertain to their environment or lifestyle, which is influenced by their environment, on how to survive. You know, this is a very confusing world. You understand what I'm saying? And it would appear that based upon the things that I think about and I share with you are confusing things. But the truth of the matter is, it's not me telling you confusion. I do not say confusing things. I explain confusing things in a simple way as a caveman would. And yet, I am difficult to understand or comprehend. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not what I'm saying because I'm only reporting what I see and hear. It's it's how it is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It is, and it is an ambiance. It is a omnipresence. It is as the film Annihilation. It was a film called Annihilation, and I forget the actress name that was in it, but it was a great film, and it was about everything in the world cross-referencing, um, and becoming hybridized into a more homogenous existence, correlating between all things, a singularity or commonality of all things. You know what I'm saying? So, along with the diversity, it would appear as a bleaching, though it is not a bleaching of society, but rather a sharing of society, which, as I read in the book of Leonardo da Vinci, somebody did a book on Leonardo da Vinci, that I think it was, the second rule, that curiosity is the first form of genius. And these things, or that was the first rule. The second rule was commonalities, recognize the commonalities in things rather than the difference in things. Okay? And if you recognize all the things that are common, you can enjoy all the things that are different. You would be a fan of diversity rather than being against diversity, but it also would interpolate the difference between the differences of individuals and the commonalities of individuals, And it would singleize it to a common point in which those who are more resistant to differences in the common public would become more familiarized and homogenized with the common public and a critical mass understanding of society and what's going on around them. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that I speak confusion, but rather this world is confusing. And I describe that in a simple way. But the things I'm saying are not that complicated. You know, I feel like I have just learned how to think, you know, and I feel as a suburban caveman, you know. The only difference is between being out in nature and doing bushcraft is that I do it in my house. You know, I sit on a couch at a little small table, you know, almost looks like a Russian setup for pouring vodka, you know, and I meditate on different things, you know. And sometimes I just like to come over here and look outside at the trees, you know what I'm saying? And listen to the wind. But these things come down from heaven. These are heavenly things and considerations to help me understand my environment around me, you know, which it would appear that should have been something that I would have been more privy to understanding and knowing on a basis beyond awareness, but knowledge, which is more common rather than feeling as if my consciousness is expanding to such a degree that I am able to be aware more so of my environment as I should have been if mankind had not fallen. You know what I'm saying? So I just bring these things about to show you how the scripture is relative and to let you know that God is not the author of confusion. And I do not say confusing things, but rather I say simple things which describe a lot of confusion that is happening in the world, especially socially. So peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.